Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about Bitcoin, the crypto market and also the stock market. So very important news for this week. We are having the CPI report. So the Fed is going to show how inflation is going. They're going to read all the latest data about inflation and I'm going to show you how this could actually influence our favorite crypto and stocks. But before we continue guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. One video every single day about how to trade the crypto and stocks, and also please like this video, make a comment down below and tell me how you're actually going with yourself in this crazy bull market. But let's cut the chase and let's get back into the facts. So February CPI report forecast show inflation rising faster thanks to gas price spike. So now everybody is expecting that on Tuesday we're going to have the CPI reading or consumer price index, which is going to show that inflation is actually reaccelerating. So why this could actually be negative for crypto and the stock market? So what's going to be happening if during the on Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't remember the day, but I'll let you know as soon as I can, when we're going to see the CPI report, if it's going to come higher than expected. What we might see a sell-off in risk on assets, because the market always sees 6 months in advance, and you might think, oh, if we're going to have a inflation higher than expected, the Fed will probably take more time to cut interest rates, and therefore all the risk on assets like Bitcoin, crypto, and stocks, they're potentially going to fall a little bit from here. But again, there's going to be a very good and healthy correction because we have been pumping like crazy for the last 3 to 4 months. But on the other hand, guys, if the CPI are going to come lower than expected, it means that the Fed is fighting, that the fight of the Fed against inflation is going very, very well. They might actually cut interest rates sooner rather than later, maybe around May or June. That could be extremely positive for the markets, which could actually help the S&P 500, Tesla, Apple, and Bitcoin to propel to higher levels that are right now. Talking about Bitcoin, I mean, we had a crazy run last night. We touched $70,000. It looks like it really wants to go higher. It just pumping like crazy, doesn't want to stop. And since this morning, I mean, we printed this weekly candle over here, guys, highest weekly candle since 2021, and in my opinion, it looks extremely bullish. But the question is, where are we going to go from here this week, next week? Let me show you straight away. So on the weekly chart, as you can see from here, we got this, this closure over here of this weekly candle at 69,200, extremely bullish, and I'm expecting that before the halving, and mark my words, before the halving, we are going to see a target as high as $90,000. So before the 20th of April, in the next 6 weeks, 90,000, 85,000, that's going to be my target. But of course, within the next 1 to 2 weeks, a correction could be also happening for a few number of reasons. Number one is the CPI, as I was mentioning before. So if the CPI is going to come higher, I will be expecting risk on assets like Bitcoin to correct, which is going to be okay, because as you can see in the macro trend, we're still in a bull market. But also let's have a look how low we could go to in order for us to to buy the dip and then buy the dip and make more money when it's going to go and rebound higher. So as you can see on the weekly chart, guys, we have this very important 9 EMA that is positioning right now over here at roughly $56,000, $57,000. So if I'm about to guess at the moment, I would be expecting that if we're going to see a correction in the crypto market, I really can see Bitcoin to retrace down to $57,000, maybe have a bit of a pullback, and potentially going down to this next level of EMA at $50,000-ish, to then, of course, then to continue to pump higher. And the reason being is because, guys, BlackRock is just buying and buying and buying. There is no selling pressure. I mean, there is selling pressure, but there's much more buying pressure from BlackRock. And at the same time, there is a halving coming in 6 weeks. Everybody's buying the rumor right now. It's going to be a highly anticipated event. It's all over the news. So I reckon that everybody's going to front run this halving event, which could push the price super high, probably by the, I would say, 15th of April or so on. But let's go into the 4-hour chart so I can show you a little bit better what I think is going to be happening from here. At the moment, Bitcoin is actually forming, as you can see from here, a ascending triangle. So ascending triangle, which usually have the first line over here. Then you have the diagonal support in this way. And then, as you can see from here, right, what's happening is like Bitcoin really wants to break this channel. And it is my opinion that if we're going to be able to break it, especially if inflation is going to come, as I said before, lower than expected, I could be thinking that if I had to give you a target, if you're going to be able to break this channel over here, the target could be as high, I'm going to bring it from here, as roughly $88,000. But of course, it's not going to happen in a straight line. Maybe what we might see in the beginning, and I'm going to show you what I found as well, which is quite interesting. So we are in an ascending triangle, but also we are into a ascending channel. So I could be expecting maybe the price maybe to go down here to retest 66,000, then push up to here at 70,000, then like this, then push maybe by Wednesday, if we're going to have a good results with the CPI at 77,000, then retrace down to 70,000, and then a final push to maybe 90,000 as we were expecting before, maybe like, up to here. But this, of course, will take time. But of course, if we're going to go and break this channel over here, then the first target I could think of would be the 60,000, then a bit of retracement, and then down again to this 200-day moving average at $57,000, which I think is going to be happening, guys. Well, from a fundamental point of view, because of the halving, because of BlackRock buying the whole spot ETF market, I would think that scenario number one could be in play. But from a technical point of view, there is something I want to show you right now, which is quite interesting, right? So we are into what we call a bearish divergence on the RSI, which means that the RSI is trending down this way, and we have the price going up this way. So if we're about to go to 75,000, what I could be expecting, the RSI to repump to this level over here. So to summarize everything, guys, good CPI up to 74,000, and then a bit of a correction. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad CPI. Then I could be expecting the price of Bitcoin to go down to maybe 57,000 in this 200-day moving average. Now, I also want to discuss one of the altcoins which I think is going to do very well right now, and is Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin has been pumping like crazy, has broken this important level of resistance, and at the moment, it went up and touched this Fibonacci retracement at 0.236. What could be expecting from here will be a continuation, and especially if Bitcoin is going to go as high as $89,000, then we could be expecting the price of Dogecoin to touch maybe 32 cents, 33 cents, which is a 2x from here. But short term, and again, if the CPI is going to come higher than expected, we could see a retest of this diagonal trend line over here at roughly 13 to 12 cents to then, of course, continue to go higher. And then if we're going to see, of course, the CPI high, lower than expected, we could see the price of Bitcoin going super high, and then Dogecoin will probably follow without retesting this level over here. But if I had to pick up an entry point in this level over here, that's what I will do. I'll probably wait for the 13 cents, 12 cents to then, of course, open a spot position or with a little bit of leverage, maybe like a 3x leverage, 5x leverage. So it all depends what is your risk intake. Myself, I like to go spot because I don't really care to see all of this. And the last one I want to show you today, which I think is pumping very well, is Cardano, guys. Cardano has also finally pumped very, very well compared to, of course, the beginning of the bull market for Bitcoin has been in a flat line ever since, but right now has been broken this level here, and it looks like it's forming a cup and handle pattern. So a cup and handle, when this usually forms, the way you can actually calculate it as well, you can just draw your line from here for the cup until the neckline, and then bring it up to here, and it brings you a level of this next Fibonacci at 1.27. So now we are 0.70. So we could be experiencing in the next 1 to 2 months, if Bitcoin goes to $85,000, the price of Cardano to go to 1.27. But again, be careful with this. Bearish divergence here on the RSI, so we could be seeing maybe a little bit of a retest down to this area. If you haven't opened a position yet, I urge you to be very careful and maybe to rebuy back in at this level of diagonal support, which is roughly at 61 cents. So we could be expecting maybe something like that, and then to continue all the way up. Cardano, Dogecoin, they're looking very, very good, especially here with a double. You can see like a cup and handle, even a double top we could be seeing like, fireworks coming soon for Cardano. And if I actually had to project, if Bitcoin goes to $80,000-$90,000, I wouldn't be surprised if Cardano price could be going actually as high as $1.7-1.8, which is roughly almost like a 3x from here. So guys, to summarize everything again, CPI coming on Tuesday, on Wednesday, so that's gonna really set up the show for the next 1 to 2 weeks if we're gonna see a continuation in the stock market and in the crypto market. But otherwise, if readings are gonna come higher than expected with a hot inflation, of course, we're gonna see a correction. But overall, I'm still expecting fireworks because Bitcoin has close today the weekly candle at $69,000, and therefore before the halving I'm waiting for a target of roughly in between $80,000 to $90,000 before seeing a proper correction. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and you have a great day ahead of you.